Oh wow, the grass is white.
Yes, yes, and welcome back. We are here. This is Par 73 with Renwood, and it's not just that the grass is white, but we have snow on this map. It's called Icelands. It's a winter conversion made by Declan and Evil Zen. Um, Today in our match we have the Etherials versus Vaalbara. One thing about this map is you'll notice there's 4 teams, and the teams are going to ally with 2 different forces. So you will see up here in the northwest we have Asmodean and Garrick representing Vaalbara, and in the southwest we have Limp and Eastwind also representing Vaalbara. They are light blue and tan. And in the southeast we have Mouse Leisure, Freak Nasty, and No Master. They are the black team
Wait a minute,
representing
tan?
Etherials. And yes, Limp's color is totally tan. And what color do you think it was?
Oh good, I thought you were talking about my color. I was gonna be like,
No.
oh damn well what color
Your
that
color is pretty peachy. You even got the peachy forest giant up here for Ether and yourself representing the Etherials in the northeast. So you have a forest giant. Mouse Leisure has a forest giant facing off against Eastwind and Garrick's forest giants. With 30 seconds to go, Freak Nasty has joined the Ether forces, so this is now a 5-on-4. Technically on this map, a 3-on-2. I believe we also had some spectators. There might have even been a neutral host observing, so this game was pretty full at this point.
Yeah, right off the bat I can see what confused the hell out of me later on. You can see that Limp has an off-white color, and he's teamed with Eastwind, which is black, you know, for the other team. And then on my team, we got No Master and Mouse Seizure, who are white and black. So later on, I don't know who the hell is who.
I can see that now.
And I think it was Limp and Eastwind. They come towards us, and they have No Master and Mal and Freak Nasty in pursuit, and I can't tell which guys are who.
Yeah, I see them crossing positions on the map now. And I see you and Ether are going through the northern part of the map while Asmodean is directing Garrick and Limp is directing Eastwind to all mob together over here in the west. So they're grouping up pretty quick while you guys are going for more of a two-flank approach.
Yeah, this is you know, this is one of those maps where, and then especially with the allies thing, it's like if they would have asked me to captain this or something, I would have been like, I don't know, guys, go out there and kill stuff and don't die. It's just, it's like a random map. You know, there's not really much flow to it. There's groups of shit all over.
Well, there is flow to it. I mean, if you just check out what's going on, now Limp's team is kind of squaring off more with Freak Nasty's team. So the south teams are facing off and the north teams are facing off. But you'll notice Limp's team is just cutting through. So the game flow seemed to have been mob and flank, but now one of the flanks is getting mobbed themselves. And I don't know. It's a tough situation for you guys up in the north trying to face off against twice your number.
Yeah, I see this pinch coming, and I think I'm telling them on VoIP right now that we need to move. Because we're gonna get obliterated.
And a nice fetch shot by Ether. He gets a nice mortar shot off. Oh, if he had backed his fetch up, which he just unfortunately lost to all of Garrick's fetch, that mortar shot would have absolutely wrecked all of Garrick's fetch. But You guys are gonna get beat up. Ether's already calling the GG. It doesn't look so good for Etherials. We look at the flags we have. Oh, you guys do have a flag advantage, 8-4, with no master tagging the majority of the map. And it looks like Mouse Leisure is showing up along with Ether.
User in your channel is recording.
Captured.
And now Eastwind is going to rush No Master, who Freak Nasty left all those fetch unattended. At least 2 of them are going to go down. It also looks like Mouse Leisure's Forest Giant has gone down. A nice last second mort shot by Freak Nasty, but your Forest Giant Renwood, it is also going to go down, and if you combine the percentages, it does not look so good, as you guys have 32% controlling 9 flags, while Vaalbara is up.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
The allied stuff.
Over 150% for sure.
I haven't seen a allied, team game like this in a tournament since the first Mithril Cup. And our team, we just did not have the coordination or practice of teamwork necessary
disconnected from your channel
to pull this off.
Yeah. I mean, and Vaalbara have played together in tournaments before. They've played against each other. Your team is relative newcomers, you know, even to the 2-team scene besides yourself, but you guys are a whole new mesh of players participating and trying to make the team happen. And I don't know, you can just tell the differences in experience show up in the results.
Yeah, true. You know, that's definitely true. Really, what our team is built of is free-for-all players, like almost exclusively. So, you know, it was cool to see them, step up and put this team together. They're all a bunch of fun guys to play with. You know, even in defeat, nobody's yelling at each other and everybody's like, trying to have a good time. So it's got a real nice vibe and stuff. And I can't think of any other team I'd rather lose with.
There you go, man. And at the same time, no better team to win with, it sounds like.
Yeah, they're good guys.
But, yeah, so Team Vaalbara has tagged out all of the flags. Let's get to the statistics. Renwood, Ether left, so we won't be able to see his stats at the end of the game, but we can check out yours. It looks like you didn't do so well. 0 kills, 0 damage, 5 losses. I only jumped down there first because I noticed Ether was gone. But I figured we'd get there out of the way. It's definitely a tough game for you guys. You got pinched up there. The fetch for your allies weren't able to support you. They were all the way across the map, man. And a tough game, man. And let's check out No Master's team. 7 kills, 10 losses, 30 damage, leading for Etherials in damage, I believe. And next we have Freak Nasty, 2 kills, 8 losses, 17 damage. A blunder I saw by him, unfortunately, was when the fetch had finally caught up. They weren't being defended by his berserks, and they fell pretty quick. Mouse Leisure 1, 7, and 1 kill, 1 loss, and 7 damage. But what did he have? Did he have the Forest Giants? So it looks like the Forest Giants for your teams weren't able to put that much hurt into their opponents on this map.
I think if we one-clicked, it would have actually benefited us.
It might have helped, although now that I do recall, Ether did leave, so I can't go through his stats, but in that moment where he had gotten the Mort shot off at the perfect time, where if he had not been one-clicking all of his artillery together, and his fetch did not fire, and he had been moving them back, essentially kiting the enemy fetch away, his mortar would have wiped out a good chunk of their fetch. But again, it's
so
just...
he fired? That's what it was? He fired and threw off his own Mort shell?
Yeah, right after they had gotten off a volley that didn't finish off his fetch at all. And it pretty much ended up protecting, I believe, all of Garrick's fetch, who then got off one more volley and just absolutely obliterated the rest of his fetch. And it's just little intricate, very quick happenings in Myth like that that can just change a fight in a matter of seconds. But let's go over to Vaalbara's stats real quick. We have Limp 4 and 2, 25 damage. I believe he had some fetch. If I do recall, an Eastwind had the Forest Giant. He went 15 and 7, 69 damage. The game leader in damage. But not in ratios, as we have Asmodean 6 and 0, perhaps owning a Forest Giant along belt alongside his Trow belt. He's netting 34 damage, and Garrick 11 kills, 2 losses, 53 damage, putting in work, almost out-damaging both teams himself. Let's go check out some graphs. So the graphs aren't really showing up. Looks like, yeah, since Ether left, you guys don't even register a kill, unfortunately, with your purple line, although it does seem you did show up on the damage.
It would be on Data Storm still, right, if we looked at the stats?
Yes, I believe it would. And if you check out the damage, you can't see because of No Master's color. But at one point in time, No Master's team was ahead of Asmodean's team in kills. So did Limp and Eastwind start attacking? Or out-damaging, I meant. He must have started attacking the Southern Forest Giant early or something. Because it looks like there's no kills registered, but yeah, I recall there was early harassment, but what hurt you guys was definitely splitting up. I noticed both these games are getting over pretty quick. So I'm not sure if you guys are being patient either. I don't know. I'm not going to try and think too much about it, but do you have any last thoughts, man?
Well, it's a lot of, I mean, we got a lot of people here that have been playing Myth probably almost exclusively typing in game for over a decade. So I've always noticed when you get people that don't use voice comms that much and they all try to use it on Myth, it's a bad time to try to adapt. You know, like it's always during a tournament or something. And it's like, hey, we never do this. Let's try to do this now. And I'm just not a fan of maybe if you got a bunch of team members that you got good cohesion and syncopation and stuff, and you know when your buddy's going to do a feign and you know you don't commit and those kind of things. But it's it just seems for Myth it's much more beneficial to type, you know, because you can in the heat of battle you can miss something somebody said, but with the up arrow you can be like, oh, he said that my thrall are walking off the flag or something, right? But if it's on voice comms, if you don't hear that during the chaos, it's just, you know, gone. So this, and I remember back in like I think it was Myth World Cup 2000 or 2001 or something where we tried to use TeamSpeak, and it just, you know, it seemed like it was a lot more trouble than it was worth without practice first.
Well, for sure. And also, I mean, you say over, say, a decade's worth of voice comm. It's not just that. It's also just, let's say that Vaalbara, you couldn't see what they were typing. If they were on voice comm, they would know what to be looking for and what to be saying. Whereas you guys are are trying to form an identity. You're still trying to figure out strategies as a team, what you guys are good at, what you're not good at. Like, you guys tried to break off and split up right there, and I don't think that played to your strength. But the communication thing, it's interesting, man. I definitely think it can play a factor. And I feel like you need the right people on the voice comm to get it done, though. You need like facilitators of information and people that you can trust to make an order, and you can say, all right, we can do that, you know.
Yeah, I think it would work pretty well even with people that aren't experienced if basically the captain was the only person that was talking, and you know, the other people are, say, typing in game or whatever. Because for me, it's like you have to use a different part of your brain to play Myth and talk, you know, with VoIP at the same time. I could do it just fine in other games, but there's something about Myth where, like I said, I don't know if it's because I've been typing on Myth exclusively for over a decade or what, but it's just, you know, it's just like people shouldn't drive a car while they're having an intense cell phone conversation. It's like you're just splitting your brain in too many different ways.
Ah, I see. It sounds like you're having a audio tunnel vision effect taking place while you play or something, waiting
Well,
for all the explosive cues or something.
You know, if you've ever had a friend come by or something, right, and you're in the middle of playing, and then you're trying to talk to your friend while they're watching you, like, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but my skill level like drops, and my situational awareness just goes down the toilet.
Yeah, I have experienced that before plenty of times, man. But cool, man. So let's wrap up game 2. Thank you for watching out there, and thank you for joining me, Renwood. This game is going to go in favor of Vaalbara, who are now 2-0 in this match. We will see you in game 3.
Game over.
That's right. See, I just don't even know what to do on a map like that. Like, where it's just amorphous and it's allies. It's like, ugh.